It was a modernist building typical of Soviet architecture during the 1970s and 1980s, featuring a relatively utilitarian project. The structure stands out with its functional, somewhat crude Soviet design. The interior featured typical Soviet-era furnishings and amenities designed to provide comfort for its guests. After the evacuation of Pripyat, like the rest of the city, it was abandoned and has been unoccupied since then, standing as a decaying symbol of the disaster and its aftermath. To this day, it provides a vantage point over a ghost town slowly being overtaken by nature. It's a good place to learn more about the disaster's impact. Hello guys! Today you will hear more about the famous Polissya Hotel, which, as you may already guessed or you knew it, is located in the Chernobyl Exclusion Zone. Besides learning a bit about its real history and fate, we also added some context information about its portrayal in our game, Chernobylite 1. And if you don't know why am I calling it 1, it's because we have just released an announcement trailer of Chernobylite 2, Exclusion Zone. We plan its premiere for 2025, so pretty soon. Or at least sooner than you might think, stalkers. Anyhow, let's dive into today's story of a once vital point of the Pripyat city, the Polissya Hotel. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone. Part 5. The Polissya Hotel. It was one of the most prominent buildings in the city before the disaster. It was primarily used to accommodate visitors to the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, including delegations and scientists from Soviet Union and abroad. It was situated just a few meters from the city's central square and was somewhat connected to the Palace of Culture Energetic by a concrete, decorative roof. Thanks to its significant size, Polissya is still one of the highest buildings in the city. It offered a commanding view of the city and the nearby power plant, making it a popular spot for visitors and residents alike. Even to this day, a lot of stalkers stop by to take a long route through a partially destroyed staircase, just to see this panoramic, unforgettable view. The hotel was built in the late 1970s to accommodate visitors to the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, including scientists, engineers, and other guests and/or delegations. Pripyat was a model Soviet city constructed to serve the plant, reflecting the pride and ambitions of the Soviet nuclear program. Hotel Polissya was one of its key facilities, reflecting the city's modernist Soviet architecture and its role as a showcase city. As for the design, the hotel was a modernist building typical of Soviet architecture during the 1970s and 1980s, featuring a relatively utilitarian project. Like many structures in Pripyat oriented rather towards guests than the citizens, it was equipped with amenities that were meant to showcase the advances and prosperity of the Soviet nuclear power industry. The structure stands out with its functional, somewhat crude Soviet design, characterized by clean lines, practical aesthetics, and a sense of imposing solidity, typical of USSR's architecture of its time. It's a multi-story building with a flat roof, large windows, and a prominent facade that once provided a welcoming entrance for its guests. The interior featured typical Soviet-era furnishings and amenities designed to provide comfort for its guests, including a restaurant, conference rooms, and numerous rooms equipped with the standard accommodations of the times. As I explained in some of the previous videos, through the 1970s and first half of the 1980s, Pripyat itself was seen as a role model for nuclear cities across the Soviet Union. In this vision, Polissya Hotel played one of the crucial roles, serving as a symbol of the city's importance and modernity. After the disaster. Following the Chernobyl disaster on April 26, 1986, the city of Pripyat was evacuated within a day, leaving Hotel Polissya abandoned along with the rest of the city. Despite its serving an important role during the post-disaster cleanup, so hosting committees members and different teams of officials, the building has since fallen into severe disrepair, like much of Pripyat. Its primary function shifted dramatically due to the events. Immediately following the explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant on April 26, 1986, The hotel was used as a temporary headquarters for the emergency management team and as an observation point due to its high vantage point over the entire area. Polissya provided a critical base for the coordination of the initial response efforts and for meetings between officials and the liquidators. It offered a clear overview of the power plant vicinity, making it a strategic spot for assessing the extent of the damage and planning the emergency response. After the evacuation of Pripyat, Hotel Polissya, like the rest of the city, was abandoned. It has remained unoccupied since then, standing as a decaying symbol of the disaster and its aftermath. In real life, the Polissya Hotel is one of the prominent structures in the abandoned city of Pripyat, Ukraine. Since the evacuation and the end of the cleanup process, the building has been exposed to the elements and has deteriorated over time. It has become a haunting landmark in the exclusion zone, its derelict state captured in numerous photographs. Windows are broken, interiors are decaying, and vegetation is reclaiming the structure. Furniture and fixtures that were not destroyed, looted, or which simply didn't yet fall apart were left as they were, now covered in dust and debris, offering a haunting glimpse into the past. In the past, the hotel's rooftop offered panoramic views of the bustling city, which was one of the reasons it was claimed by the government committees. Now, it's still being visited by tourists interested in the history of the place and the aftermath of the disaster. To this day, Polissya's roof provides a vantage point over a ghost town slowly being overtaken by nature. It's a popular point of interest in the zone, as the structure is relatively safe compared to many other surrounding buildings. It's a good place to learn more about the disaster's impact. Hotel Polissya has gained cultural significance as a symbol of the abrupt end to life in Pripyat. It represents the sudden interruption of progress and modernization due to the Chernobyl disaster. The hotel has appeared in numerous documentaries, films, and photographs, often depicted as a haunting emblem of the city's deserted state. Its prominence in Pripyat's skyline makes it one of the most recognizable landmarks within the exclusion zone. In Chernobylite, we managed to capture both the hotel's former grandeur and its current state of decay. You can explore Polissya's interiors, staircase, and even enjoy the sight from the top floor, often encountering remnants of its past life. Chernobylite uses the hotel as a setting for significant narrative events, enhancing the atmosphere with supernatural elements and interactive storytelling. By allowing you to explore the hotel, we provided a deeper immersion as we try to expand your experience. Experience that connects you both to the story we tell and to the historical and emotional weight of the real-life Chernobyl disaster. It serves as a powerful symbol of the disaster's impact on Pripyat, making it an integral part of your journey through the exclusion zone and the game's narrative. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it was the first time we have covered Polissya Hotel so extensively, and even though we could say a lot more about it, I think the deep atmosphere of this building and its history will be best to explore either in person, if only the current state of events will allow it, or in our game. For example, using the tour around the zone mode, in which you can interact with multiple interest points to learn more about the Chernobyl disaster. Remember that we released an important video this week. We announced Chernobylite 2, Exclusion Zone, which will directly continue the story we have told in Chernobylite 1. Don't forget to watch this trailer and share your thoughts in the comments section. As always, feel free to ask us any questions you may have. That's it for today, guys. Take care, stay safe, and see you next week.